All right, that last jam was from Third Coast Roots. It's called Gimme Your Love. And I got Benjamin Hopson III, aka B3, on the phone from all the way up in Anaktuvuk Pass, Alaska. It's all the way up inside the Arctic Circle. It's a little mountain town. How you doing up there, B3? You getting any sleep with the midnight sun?
Hey, good morning, Ace. Yeah, man. We got the tin foil across the window, you know. The usual Alaska thing during the summer. But yeah, it's all good up here, bro.
Yeah, I always remember when back in the days when I was staying with my dad up in Barrow, he got mad because somebody was outside playing music and working on a car at like 4 a.m. And I remember he went out there and he's like, hey, you mind turning the music down? It's 4 o'clock or something. And the guy's like, AM or PM? He's like, AM. Can you keep it down?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's funny, like this time of the year, you know, my daughter, it'll be like midnight and I'll be like, yo, we got to go to sleep. And she'll look at me and she'll be like, the sun is still out, Dad. And I'll be like, come on, man, it's like midnight. It's out all summer long.
Yeah.
To the lower 48 in the summertime and seeing the darkness for me, so.
Yeah, for sure. And when I lived up there, honestly, to be honest with you, the summers were awesome because you could do so many things, but the winters were more normalized for me, even though it was 24 hours darkness for part of the time, you know, because it was dark, so it was easier for me to sleep and stuff. But I imagine it's with summertime, so you guys got to take advantage of the sun up there, right? You gotta take advantage of that daylight and weather before it's gone, yeah?
Yeah. We, our summers are fairly short, only a few months. I get summer projects done, getting stuff done in the yard. My wife has a garden, so she grows vegetables and whatnot. So, yeah, we definitely take advantage of the 24-hour daylight.
Yeah, those plants grow like crazy, too.
Yeah, they do all right. We have a short growing season up in AKP. She doesn't start planting everything outside until, June. And so by, mid-August, it gets cold enough to where the plants start dying. So the window for growing, her vegetables is pretty short.
Yeah, for sure. What have you guys had any tourism up there? I know last summer you were saying that it was completely dead because of COVID.
Yeah. This summer's, I don't know. This summer didn't really change. The airplanes been flying over. They haven't been landing in the village. They still fly through in the evening, the tourism planes. But as far as like the tourists coming into the village, we still have COVID going on around the state. Our state's in, code orange, I think, right now. So we haven't had very many tourists coming through the village.
We could send you some from here. We get like 100,000 a day.
No, we're good.
No. Do the people up there in AKP, do they see tourism as a good or a bad thing? Do like people rely on it for money or?
Yeah, it's a good thing. When they come through during the summertime before COVID happened, we'd get probably anywhere from 40 to 50 tourists a day with the planes coming in, and they just do like day trips. And a lot of people make arts and crafts and whatnot, and they post them up at the museum where the tourists go and hang out. So that's one way some of the people make their income out of AKP. So yeah, I see it as a good thing for our village.
Yeah, and you probably never get like that many people, because I even remember in Barrow or Utqiagavik, there was tourists, but it was never like overloaded or anything like that.
No, it's never overloaded. They just fly in, probably, four little planes a day, and they have a guide just walking through the village, and they tell them stories and whatnot. So yeah, it definitely helps the economy in our village for sure.
Yeah, we're right on. Well, how about, could you give us a crazy story about the Arctic? I know you got a crazy story about wolves or hunting or something out there on the land.
Oh, man. Yeah, I do a lot of hunting and whatnot. there's so many stories. One that kind of sticks out in my mind is I was trapping one winter, and the biggest wolf I ever trapped was a massive wolf, and I was driving, approaching one of my trap sets, and the sun was behind the wolf. I just seen a silhouette like a half a mile off, and in my head I was thinking, man, I caught a deer in my trap. And so as I was pulling up, I realized it was a wolf, and this wolf probably stood up on its hind legs, like 6.5 feet tall. But yeah, it was massive, man. Definitely, the biggest wolf I got. And, that's something that sticks out in my mind is just how massive these animals get. And I don't know. That was like one of the highlights of my hunting life, I guess.
Was it one of those black wolves?
No, it was a gray wolf. I skinned it out, and I was holding the nose up to my ceiling, and we got an 8-foot ceiling in the house, and the legs were laid over like 1.5 feet on the floor, the hind legs. So it was pretty massive. But yeah, that's one story that I always tell to people.
Didn't you take a road trip with Rub Nugiak from Utqiagavik to AKP? He said you all were chased by wolves. I don't know if he was exaggerating, but
yeah, man. So I moved back to AKP from Utqiagavik in 2009, and Rob drove one of my snowmobiles with me. We probably did like 600 miles that trip, and that was spread across like 5 days, I think. But yeah, that was a pretty awesome trip. Like, that was definitely a good trip. We ended up getting like 14 wolves that trip. But yeah, that was definitely a crazy ride. We were probably averaging like 120 miles a day and whatnot, just driving around, looking for critters and whatnot. So it was cool to go from like the coast up in Barrow, where it's totally flat land, to the mountainous terrain and AKP. So yeah, that was an awesome trip with Rod.
Yeah, it's a ways to go before you even hit a tree, right?
Yeah, the tree line is actually like 25 miles south of AKP. We don't even have trees in the village. We have willow brush right there in the village. So yeah, the tree line is about 25 miles south of AKP.
Well, I remember one of my favorite memories, period, but with you, B3, was I was new to Alaska. I think I was like 14 or 15, just up there in the village. Wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into, and I think I was walking home from the first day of school by myself, and I got over to my apartment over there to the 32 unit. It's got a big parking lot right by the ocean, and I seen some tall kid across the parking lot, and he waved at me, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And it was you, B3, and you walked over and you introduced yourself, and I remember you didn't believe me what my name was because you knew who my dad was, and I said the same name. You were like, "Nah, you're not Chris Stelly. That's not you. I know who that is. You're lying." But anyways, I never. It's been very few times in my life that somebody's ever approached me like that. And from that day that you approached me, we was friends, good friends. From like every day after that, and we even lived together for a while. So those were some good times and bad times back there. But we live and we learn. It's like the better days, I guess. Better in some ways, but today's better in some ways. What's one of the most important things you've learned since we were kids? I know you've been through some stuff too, just like me.
Yeah, I don't know. When we're kids, everything's going so fast. We're busy all the time, and life's just moving. And you get older, you learn to appreciate the little moments in life. Basically not taking life for granted and hanging out with family and spending that little extra time with the kids and doing something with them. So it doesn't really become more about you anymore. It becomes about your family, you know. So just enjoy the little moments and, you know, take it easy. Live life to the fullest, bro.
Yeah, you kind of lose.
That's what I try to do.
You kind of lose that independence with the family. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, you kind of part of a unit. You know, you can't just wander around like guys like us used to. Well, all right, Ben, I just got one last question before I let you go. So living up there in the Arctic, I know this somewhat from personal experience. You've been there your whole life, but it can feel pretty isolated because it is. You know, you're thousands of miles from anywhere. There's not even a road. You got to take an airplane. So what's the importance of friendship, you know, under those circumstances, you know, when you could be feeling down and lonely and isolated? What's the importance of maintaining some good friendships?
Yeah, I think it's all about, you know, connection, you know, being able to connect with someone and being able to, you know, share your load with what's going on in life with someone, and, you know, being able to pick up that phone and, you know, just calling a bro up and be like, hey, this is what I got going on. And, you know, friendship is definitely important up here, and, you know, friendship and family up here in Alaska, you know, that's definitely very important, being isolated like we are. So, yeah, that's something I rely on, is, you know, being able to call up a friend of mine and just having somebody to, you know, listen to what's going on, basically. Someone there to listen to, you know, what you have going on in life. So, yeah, friendship is definitely super important, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. So, all right, B3, it's been great talking to you. Take care of yourself up there, and I hope that I can bring my family up there to visit you all one of these. I was even thinking about this winter, but not with what's going on right now. So hopefully one of these years in the near future that we can connect, bring our families together and have a good time or something, catch up.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I just got a brand new baby girl born yesterday, so we're down here in Anchorage right now. My wife's getting ready to get discharged from the hospital, so I want up my family. So yeah, definitely we gotta link up.
Yeah, well, I didn't know you were even expecting. Congratulations, bro. That's your second girl?
Yeah, second girl. Yep.
Well, congratulations, man. I know you're an amazing father, and I'm proud of the man that you've become. You know, I know like I said, we both had our struggles in the past, so I admire what you've done with yourself.
Yeah, likewise, bro. You know, I look forward to meeting your wife and your kids this winter or next summer, whenever this COVID chills out. And, you know, we have time, so we'll definitely link up.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself. Aloha.
All right, Ace.
All right, B3.
Take it easy.
All right, we got a few more. I'm gonna get a few jams in before we move on to our next guest. This next one is from Stephen Marley, covering his father, the King's Babylon System.
One, two, three, Yeah, well, hail and welcome to the 75th celebration of the King. Seen Bob Marley. Love. One, two, three,